What's up, Buffs Nation? It's time to dive deep into the latest clash on the field as Colorado took on Kansas State. There were highs, there were lows, but one thing's for sure. This Buffs team keeps proving it can stand toe-to-toe with anyone in the Big 12, even when the chips are down. Today, we're breaking down the offense, defense, standout plays, and what this game means for the Buffs moving forward. So, let's get into it. This is Plummer Football, because the only way to succeed at anything is to give it everything. Coming into this game, Colorado wanted to establish the run to control the clock and keep Kansas State's powerful offense off the field. The plan was solid, but execution was a different story. The Buffs struggled mightily in the ground game, unable to get much traction with Dallan Hayden only averaging 1.6 yards per carry. The rushing game was a non-factor, and Coach Prime himself admitted that the team couldn't execute the running plays as intended. Yet, despite that, Colorado remained competitive, thanks in large part to one guy, Shedeur Sanders. Sanders was once again the heart and soul of the Buffs' offense, showing poise under pressure, literally. Kansas State's defense gave him little time to breathe, but he still delivered 388 yards through the air, connecting for 3 touchdowns while maintaining an 85% completion rate. The one hiccup? A costly interception at the start of the fourth quarter, when the Buffs were knocking on the door of the red zone, down by 10. That turnover proved critical, as Colorado ultimately lost by just 3 points. Injuries hit the Colorado receiver core hard in this game, with Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, and Omarion Miller all exiting at various points. But here's where the Buffs' depth truly shined. Omarion Miller had a breakout performance before his own injury, racking up 145 yards on 8 catches. When he went down, Shedeur locked in on his go-to target, Will Sheppard, who proved reliable. LaJohntay Wester stepped up in a big way too, scoring 2 crucial touchdowns and showing off his ability to make defenders miss after the catch. Even true freshman Drelon Miller chipped in, giving Sanders an outlet as the injuries piled up. Let's be real, Colorado's run game against Kansas State was abysmal. They couldn't get anything going on the ground, and by the second half, it looked like the Buffs abandoned the run altogether. Dallan Hayden got the bulk of the carries, but with little success. One encouragement, though, was Isaiah Augustave, who found more running room late in the game and added a crucial touchdown run. Maybe it's time for Coach Prime to give Augustave more touches earlier in games rather than waiting for the fourth quarter. Defensively, the Buffs knew they were up against a fierce running attack, including former Buff Dylan Edwards. But the real problem came from DJ Giddens, one of college football's premier backs, who gashed Colorado for 182 yards. Colorado's defense had no answers for Giddens, and, quite frankly, breathed a sigh of relief whenever Edwards was on the field instead. Levanta Bentley struggled to make an impact, only recording 3 tackles, while his partner, Nikhai Hill-Green, led the team with 10 tackles. And then came the killer moment on defense. Up by 4 with just over 2 minutes left, Kansas State's quarterback Avery Johnson found Jace Brown for a 50-yard game-winning touchdown. The Buffs' secondary had been holding strong with man-to-man coverage most of the year, but they got burned at the worst possible moment. Let's take a moment to appreciate Shedeur Sanders. Even with all the pressure, even with a depleted receiving core, he gave Colorado a fighting chance. His only real mistake was that fourth-quarter interception, but aside from that, he showed why he's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the nation when given even a sliver of protection. Imagine what Sanders could do if the Buffs' O-line could give him just a little more time. One area where Colorado continues to impress? The pass rush. The Buffs sacked Kansas State's QB 4 times, led by B.J. Green with 2 sacks, and Tajay McCoy stepping up in the absence of Dayon Hayes. This pass rush gives Colorado a much-needed edge in close games and has been one of the team's most consistent strengths as of late. Special teams also showed up in this one. Mark Vassett delivered with 2 punts over 50 yards and pinned Kansas State inside their 20-yard line twice, winning the field position battle. On offense, the standout performers were, of course, Shedeur Sanders, Omarion Miller with his explosive 145 yards, and LaJohntay Wester, who found the end zone twice. On defense, Nikhai Hill-Green was a tackling machine with 10 tackles, and Cameron Silman Craig made a big impact, adding a sack to his stat line. Despite this tough loss, the Buffs are still very much in the hunt for a Big 12 championship and a bowl game. They've shown they can hang with the best, even with glaring issues like a lack of a run game and struggles in pass protection. With the depth and talent Coach Prime has brought in, this team is only getting stronger. Buffs fans have plenty to be excited about as we push further into the season. That's it for this breakdown, Buffs fans. What do you think Coach Prime needs to do to get this team over the hump and start racking up more wins in the Big 12? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more in-depth Buffs coverage. This season is just heating up, and you won't want to miss what's next. Catch you in the next one, and as always, give it everything.